Can't you read the title of the video? Just watch so I can make friends, okay, you criminal?
Good evening, miners, friends, and community members. I am Will, and this is Pellish Crypto. Traders, everybody out there, great to have you. Anyways, so we're going to get into this real fast and make it as fast as we possibly can. It's kind of obvious here. I spoke about Mara last night. I spoke about Hive. Those were two crypto stocks that if you're interested in grabbing, I would grab them now. Just my 2 cents worth. This article from News BTC states Bitcoin climbs steadily higher with no major signs of distribution? What are they talking about? So we're going to give you a brief rundown. I'm not going to go read the whole thing, okay? It says Bitcoin continues to trend higher, demonstrating resilience despite short-term volatility and pressure from resistance. Oh my, more technical bullshit. Okay, rather than displaying signs of heavy distribution or aggressive, the market has maintained a constructive structure with shallow pullbacks and consistent higher highs, reinforcing confidence in the broader bullish trend. Listen, what this says to me is Clarity Act, Clarity Act, Clarity Act. That's all. Goes into effect, it kicks into gear, things move, Bitcoin goes up for a little bit. Still don't know what's going to happen this fall yet. Could be 50,000. Or it may be different. Anyways, Bitcoin is demonstrating resilience, according to the whatever the hell analyst, Sky Psycho, whatever it is, psychedelic, yeah, it is, notes lack of sell-offs or massive sell-offs. BTC is currently secured above the 200-day EMA. It's moving averages, by the way. A level typically causes a hard rejection and weak market structures. That person or thing highlights that rather than falling at this resistance, Bitcoin is coiling up for another attempt. Why can't they just say it's moving higher? Okay, I'm flipping through here real quick. On the downside, of course, the 8,600 level has been identified as the primary local support zone. Okay, which means no one's selling really below that. Or there might be orders in for that, and a lot of them. As long as the market successfully defends this floor, a potential recovery toward 84,000, that target remains a viable scenario. Okay, so they're saying Bitcoin goes boom if people don't sell off, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to jump right into this next little part here. Speaking of which, right now Bitcoin is running at 80,640. And we're going to jump right into my mining reward. Currently over on Brains Pool. And of course, the ASICs are being hosted at CoreX Hosting. We are getting 508.3 terahash. Yeah, I know it looks like there's nothing going on here in the last hour. Very wrong. The average hash rate for the last hour has been 553.3 terahash. In the last 24 hours have been 516 terahash, boys and girls. And currently, we mined for the 11th, which was yesterday. Today is the 12th, okay, and it's 6:40 p.m. Average hash rate of 513 terahash, 0.00323857 Bitcoin, and on the pool wallet we have $203 worth of Bitcoin with 0.20251981 in total in Bitcoin at the current price. So things are cruising right along. In all seriousness, no questions asked. I'm going to jump into my reviews right now for my stocks, and yeah, let's keep it rolling. Currently here after hours, I'm not seeing anything big that's jumping out and popping at me overall. So I'm going to rip through here real quick. Velo had a good day, okay? If you're looking for something to go along with, or swing or a momentum day trade, Velo is kind of where you're at. That is a good solid one. I would say that 1,000-fold. FCHL, I can't trade it, but you can. And currently it's 20 cents off its highs in the after hours. So that's a good possibility. I've done it in the past. DGXX, I've seen this before. Tomorrow is a pre-markets earning release, so that's a good possibility. This is not one I would recommend. WTO, I've done this in the past too. This will move up fairly reasonable. As you can see, it just popped in and popped out real quick. So look for this to, possibly continue pushing upward a little bit. That's something I would consider. I do like RPGL, but no. The one I truly like the most is BIAF. Out of all these, I would say BIF is the thing. And the one that is not showing on the radar in front of us right now is MBAI. And you're like, what the hell? It's only up 1%. Exactly. If you're looking for a sleeper, I think this has got great potential to be discovered. The reason being is that there's merger talk. Big time merger talk. The float, as you can see, total shares, total float market cap is less than 10 million. Actually, total shares are available. You see, the float is less than 10 million. Free float is less than 5 mil or less than 6 million. This thing could pop. It is very, very, very possible. There's plenty of news on all this. Overall, it's not really that hard. It's been a slow grinder of sorts. So it might be worth grabbing 500 shares and maybe trying to play like a swing play overnight or something, or carry on through the course of the day. It's a creeper. It's very quiet. There's not a lot going on. We look at the 1 minute, you can see that it looks ugly. Look at the 5 minute, it looks a little tighter, but the trend looks upward. Yep, there we go. Get my head out of the way. The 15 minute looks the same. Okay, but I'm using the 30-second one, which is all squiggly and crazy. All right, we're going to talk about this real fast here. So the bull bear index for this 174 up roughly, or I'm sorry, 182 up, 173 down, 165, or mids 173, and then downs 165. If you don't know what that means it's suggesting that if you're going to try and buy it, you might want to try and get it close to 165 if you can. But considering it closed at 169 in the real-time market at 4 o'clock, it might be a bit of a struggle. It is, let's see here, just is below the 5, the 10. It's quiet. So you have to do what you have to do. I'm going to check into this tonight. So jumping into the recaps. So the first stock I want to talk about that I traded today was CNCK. This was not the first stock I traded. I obviously pulled $17.58 off of this. I went in here at 305 shares, right? At 249. If you round up, it's closer to 248 if you look in front of you. And I was out at 254. Super cool. This was a waiting period. You can see 2 different trades here, right? I added the other 5 here at 237. I already had the 300. So it was just about bringing it down a hair. I had a great feeling that after hitting this 266, we would pull back here and bounce. Obviously, we did. So there's that. Now moving on to my next one. So I discovered this last night on a whim. It had to do with an Air Force testing and war and a bunch of different things in the United States Air Force. So what I did was, this is last night at just 3 minutes before 10. I grabbed 20 of them. I grabbed 50. I grabbed another 50. I grabbed another 50. So it came out to 200. Okay. 35. 33. 32. 33. So we were about 233, 234 on this. Here's my exit. Okay. I let this thing jump up. I was up $50. I was sleeping. It was nothing. It was moments later, after just sitting here, the float was really nice, as you can see over here. And I just caught it just right. As a matter of fact, the first trade again, the time on this was 21.57, and we closed this one out 1:30 in the morning, so I slept on it. The final thing right there. So we closed it right there. I did do another one on this. As you can see, I grabbed another 200 at 213, or roughly 212.9 right there, and I was then out in this thing at 6:49 a.m. I was then out at 6:51 to finish things off at positive 58.17. Next one I'm looking at that I traded today, I only pulled $3 off of it. I didn't put a lot into it. Right here was one, right? That was, what was that? This afternoon I was screwing around a bit. I didn't get much out of that, right? So I have to go all the way back, guys. So what I did in order to get this little $3 is I went in here last night. It was right around 10 o'clock in the overnight market. Let's see, I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, 22.04. That was 19. I had a total of 50 of them. I had, 31 prior to that. Then I had the other 19. As you can see, 340, 340. We got them all at 340, and I was out at 346. So just 50 shares, nothing special. It wasn't about comfortability. It was a test trade, and then I had a little money later on in the afternoon. No big deal. Nothing special here about this. I'm not seeing anything right now. After hours right now, it's really not moving. It did run to 20% today. It did go higher, as high as 384. So that's a positive thing. But I'm going to jump into the next one real quick. This is one of my more favorite ones this morning, a little quantum computing from Qubit, right? My cost was $11.65 on the last one, but that was not the only trade I made, okay? The high, obviously, $14.45. The low was $11.29. I was in here at total of, let's see here, we had a whole 400 altogether. 12.65, 63. As it dipped out, I just felt that it was going to go higher. And, well, we'll see how it worked out. Added another 70 there, added another 30 at 46, 12.46, and then I was out at 12.65. So I did it pretty decent there if you average those all together, right there. So it was, roughly about 10 cents, 10 cents that I got out of that. And then let me jump forward to the next trade. As you can plainly see right here, I grabbed one at 62, one at 63, and one at 16 and 64. I had, just a little over 100 of them. You see the cost average between here and here, probably, was it 60? It was 11.60, I think it was. Yeah, 60. And I was out at, 11.65, and at 105 total, and I was out at 11.69. So it's about 70 cents, about 5 cents total, which brought me for the grand total of 1964. And the reason why I took this trade is because the previous high had just hit, and I felt it was going to rebound. It didn't do it immediately. It did do another little pullback, but I got what I wanted on this top, not the next one, right? So we kind of did a little bit of a double bottom here, and then off she went to $12. I could have held. I didn't hold. No big deal. I made my money. So I'm going to move on to the next bad boy for the stock review of the day. So I did Redwire, okay? This was a suggestion from somebody to take a look at. I looked at it. Obviously, I made $23 on it. It's kind of strange the way it just panned out. I went in at 11.60, 11.47 the cost average. So we're right here, 100, 125. I do believe... Oh, I don't want that line anymore. Well, and at 11.53. So we met in the middle there, right? For an average of 11.56. 0.7 if you want. And we were out at 11.72. The times on these are really simple. This was done by 21:47 or 9:47 p.m. and I was here. Hey, about 20 minutes later is what happened. It was super awesome, super cool. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm still watching it, even though it's sold off and it has a higher float. This is a good long-term trade or momentum trade. You could swing it overnight or over a week. It doesn't matter. I like Redwire. Great potential. I feel it's oversold. It's up to you to make that decision. I'm not your J.G. Wentworth. So this is the negative trade for the day, but it actually didn't start out that way. So here I grabbed 108.48 right here. I grabbed another 108.36 right here. Okay. So 48.36, so about 40, something of that nature, yes. 39.40, let's see, right? And I was able to grab $6 off of it right off the top of the gate on 200 by 7.35. It didn't last long at all. I tried to go back in. This is where I ate it. It was up here at 8.36. I said 200 of them. And then I said another 100 at 8.27. And I said, okay, fine. Right here it's 7.93. I added another 50. So we've got what? 350, right? And this is where I took the hit, 7.94. I had to wait a very long time for that, for the rebound. It didn't get much better until later, where it rebounded at 8.02. That was the high of the day at like 9:30 or 1:30 this afternoon. It was, Wendy's had a great day, don't get me wrong. It had a big upside, but as you can see, I lost $113.64 on that. But my day was not negative on the cash account. As you can see, this is for the cash account. I'm not going to tell you the value, the amount that's in there. It's not important. As you can see, that was positive. But the way Moomoo does it, they combine both NAVs. This one was positive, $7.75. So I finished in the green on this. However, the other account that's sitting there was negative 66.27, which brought me to a negative day overall, roughly $60, right? So we went on a 6-day streak of positives, and look at that. That is great. That is awesome. I'm not going to complain. This is a positive move. Any way you look at it, it's great. So there's that whole thing. You can't complain. Anyways, if you guys are looking to join Moomoo, you can earn some NVIDIA and deposit rewards and a bunch of different stuff. Look down in the description. Also, I have other discount codes for other things like mining, crypto mining, for home mining and hosting. If you want to use big ASICs instead of the home miners, all that from your Jingle Miner, or you can reach out to Chain Critical if you need parts, or Coastal Crypto, or Mega Miner is not in there, but you go to megaminer.market. I got a ton of them. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to play you a little something from